You know, right now, we're living through literally the biggest wealth reshuffle since the internet. And if you're getting paid for work that AI can do better, you're gonna get left behind. Welcome back to Zach Wealth Files. I'm Zach, and today's explainer is your 2026 map to exactly what pays instead. We're gonna break down how to position your income to actually capture the money flowing into this new economy. And real quick, just our standard reminder, this is for general education based on public data, not personalized financial advice. You should always talk to a pro for your specific situation. All right, let's dive right into the 2026 data.
So look around online and you'll see two totally extreme stories floating around about your income and AI. And honestly, I want us to toss both of them out immediately because they're just costing you money. On one side, we have the doom narrative, right? This is the idea that AI takes absolutely everything, there's nothing you can do, so why even try? And then on the other side, the hype narrative. You've seen this, the pitch that AI is this magic button that's gonna make you a millionaire on autopilot if you just buy some guru's course. Well, guess what? Both are entirely wrong. As a wealth builder, you need absolute clarity, not dread, and definitely not hype. And the clearest way to see what's actually happening out there, let's look at a real-world test case. Just look at this number, 700. Back in 2024, the major fintech company Klarna made global headlines. They announced their new AI assistant was literally doing the work of 700 full-time customer service agents. I mean, the stock market went wild, right? It became the ultimate AI is coming for your job poster story. But here's the part that most people got wrong, or just completely missed. About 18 months later, Klarna quietly reversed course. They actually started hiring humans back. And why? Well, because it turns out AI is pretty terrible at dealing with customers who are in genuine financial distress or trying to work out nuanced, complex refunds. And that right there perfectly illustrates the actual macroeconomic reality we are headed into. The World Economic Forum recently surveyed over 1,000 top global employers to project exactly what this transition looks like by 2030. Now, they project 92 million jobs will be displaced by AI. Sounds scary, right? But crucially, they also project 170 million new roles will be created. Let's do the math. That is a net gain of 78 million jobs. The real headline here isn't that jobs are just vanishing into thin air. It's that they are rotating aggressively. The jobs leaving and the jobs arriving are not the same thing, and they require completely different positioning from you.
But here is how that actually impacts you directly. By 2030, 22% of all jobs will be disrupted. And even if your job title stays exactly the same, 39% of the core skills you use today will likely change or become completely obsolete. But wait, here is the absolute most interesting data point to me. 88% of organizations are already using AI in some form, yet only 39% report any actual measurable financial impact. Translation? Everyone's playing around with the tools, but almost nobody has figured out how to actually make money with them yet. And that massive gap, that's your opportunity. Based on some massive labor research from Microsoft and LinkedIn, here is the concrete list of high-exposure tasks you need to immediately audit against your own daily workflow. We're talking first draft content production, basic boilerplate coding, script-based customer service, translation, routine data entry, template-level design, and basic summarization. Look, if your main value proposition at work is simply executing these routine tasks, you've got a problem. The market price for your labor is literally collapsing. So the absolute crucial point you need to understand is this. AI collapses the value of tasks, which means you have to pivot your income strategy towards selling outcomes. Think about it. Nobody actually wants a first draft, right? They want a final piece of copy that drives sales. Nobody really wants lines of code. They want a software system that doesn't crash when traffic spikes. Tasks are just a commodity now. Outcomes, on the other hand, are the premium work that still pays top dollar. Remember that Klarna case study we talked about? Well, this quote perfectly summarizes what they found, and data from Upwork echoes it perfectly too. AI can answer, it can't take responsibility. When things actually go wrong, whether that's a medical diagnosis, a messy legal dispute, or a major financial decision, people demand a human whose neck is on the line. Physical presence, real-time judgment under pressure, trust built over years, and above all, accountability. These are your durable edges. AI literally has none of them. In this new economy, accountability isn't just a nice-to-have trait. It is the product.
And that leads us to probably the single most lucrative concept in this entire explainer, the implementation gap. We kind of touched on this earlier. This is that massive divide between the 88% of businesses casually playing around with AI and the rare few getting actual, measurable, enterprise-level financial results from it. Bridging this gap, Being the person who can step into a business, set up a reliable AI workflow, and actually take accountability for the final outcome is going to be one of the absolute highest paying skills of this decade.
Take a look at this massive figure, $18,000. According to data from Lightcast, who analyzed over 1.3 billion job postings, roles that simply mention AI skills pay 28% more than otherwise identical roles that don't. On average, that is an $18,000 annual wage premium just for having proven AI fluency attached to your standard skill set. That's huge. In fact, PwC found that in certain sectors, that skills premium can jump all the way up to 56%, so that is well flow number one. Flow 2 is solving that implementation gap we just talked about, specifically for the 83% of small businesses that haven't figured it out yet. Flow 3 is freelance income. AI work on platforms like Upwork is seeing massive 53% year-over-year growth. And Flow 4 is the small business multiplier. Owners are saving nearly 6 hours a week using AI, meaning a one-person business can now operate with the throughput of a whole team. And honestly, the best part, every single one of these flows is accessible to you right now, without needing some fancy computer science degree. First up, I need you to ask yourself a pretty tough question. Are you currently pricing your work by the hour for tasks that AI can compress? Think about it. If your income equation right now is simply your hours multiplied by task execution, you are holding a depreciating asset. Every single time AI gets faster or smarter, you are effectively taking a pay cut. You have got to shift to pricing based on outcomes and human judgment.
So let's break down phase 1 of the playbook. Step 1. Run a task audit on your own job today. Be honest about what AI can compress versus what truly requires your judgment. Step 2. Get functionally fluent with just 2 or 3 AI tools specifically in your field. You don't need to learn them all, just the ones that matter to you. And step 3. Build proof. Go execute a highly visible human plus AI workflow at your current job that delivers a faster, better result. You've got to abandon this wait-and-see approach before that $18,000 premium we talked about just becomes a standard baseline requirement.
Moving on to phase 2, this is where we test and implement. Step 4. Test out an AI-leveraged side income stream on a platform like Upwork, somewhere with a real deadline. Step 5. Double down on your durable edges. Focus on building trust and taking real accountability to secure your pricing power. And step 6. Go solve the implementation gap for someone else. Find a small business owner who's totally overwhelmed by all the AI hype and actually build a simple, working AI system for them.
And that brings us to move 7. Honestly, this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate Zach Wealth-Files philosophy. Redirect the 300 hours a year you save by using AI into an appreciating asset. Look, if AI saves you, say, 5.6 hours a week, and you just spend that time scrolling on your phone, you haven't gained any wealth whatsoever. But if you take those 300 hours a year and compound them into learning a new high-value skill, or building that side income stream, or even just deepening your client relationships, now you're converting a simple efficiency gain into a long-term wealth-generating asset. That is a total game changer. So, to summarize the core thesis of everything we've covered today, AI compresses tasks. It pays judgment, trust, accountability, and implementation. The difference between being disrupted by this giant reshuffle and being lifted by it, it isn't about raw talent, and it's definitely not about luck. It's simply about recognizing exactly where the premium is paying out right now and having the discipline to position yourself there before the rest of the market catches up. So, which side of the reshuffle will you choose? Are you going to let your tasks get compressed, or will you pivot to selling outcomes and accountability? Let me know down in the comments, what's a daily task of yours you just realized AI can already compress? And more importantly, which move from our playbook are you going to start executing this week? If you found this framework genuinely useful, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more accurate, hype-free financial strategies. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next explainer.